What were your expectations of healthy athletes? What did you know going into healthy athletes?
When you get my mouth open for my mouth.
I don't think we had a lot of expectations. I had read up about it.
About my blood one.
We just knew that we had friends of Corey's that were athletes that really wanted to go, and I just wanted Corey to accompany his friends.
How were Corey's previous experiences at the doctor before healthy athletes?
Oh,
They were always really stressful.
And
he needed a lot of reassurance. He was very anxious. They were few and far between. You know, we knew we had to work on it. It was on our list of things that we were trying to get done. The doctors could never take enough time. You know, if Corey refused once, twice, they just accepted it. Like he had a right to refuse. He was always well presented, well mannered, and then he would just say, "Well, I don't feel like doing that," or "I don't have," or really quick with, "I don't have a problem." In healthy promotions, he had his blood pressure taken, and Corey, you want to tell the story about your blood pressure? Who took your blood pressure? A man wrapped something around your arm. Which arm? He did both, right? Yeah, he did one after the other, and it was really positive. You know, he showed some initial resistance, and he surprised me. He did it, and since then, the doctors had an easier time getting blood pressures. You know, we've gone to the doctor twice since then, and it's just been a lot more effortless. So then the other stations were dental, and he blew me away at dental. Based on his previous experiences, which were all under general anesthetic and non-compliance, and just sort of not even full disclosure about what had happened. For me to see him letting people examine his mouth with instruments in his mouth, with fingers in his mouth, flossing his mouth, putting fluoride in, it was just, I was just running around going, I can't believe it. I can't believe that's the same person that has had all these failed attempts. You could see he was a little anxious, but he wanted to please these volunteers, and the volunteers were so nice. Well, at Healthy Feet, we discovered a problem that I wasn't aware of. I was actually really surprised and felt really shocked. And the nice thing was that the people there were so professional. They were so reassuring. They offered me, told me not to feel bad, and said we can take care of this, and it's easy, and it happens to a lot of people. And this is what you can do. And they offered me an appointment. I'll tell the funny thing is that we had the wrong shoe size for 3 years. And Healthy Athletes measured his feet, something as simple as measuring his feet. We just assumed, because he had some shoes that were a different size, and then all the other shoes after that were that size. You remember when they measured your feet? They told you to put your feet in a thing, and they told you what size foot you were? What size feet are you now?
I'm not 28.
You're not a 28. And then the last station we visited was hearing, and actually Corey, had so many successes, built upon successes that morning, that actually I turned around and he was gone. He went off by himself to hearing tests, and that's huge too, because Corey doesn't let anybody put anything on his ears. He doesn't usually sit still for very long, as you can see, and he doesn't usually comply, and he usually needs me fairly close to him to help interpret sometimes too, because his language, he does have a speech impairment. But no, they came back and said he was fine. They even took him out to a mobile. It wasn't even the same building. I couldn't believe it.
It was a truck on wheels.
It was a truck on wheels.
There were two of them. There one over here,
one over there. There were so many volunteers. It was so well organized. Everybody was so friendly. Everybody had time. Nobody rushed anybody along. People were accommodating. I mean, like his blood pressure, he wouldn't shove his shirt up, so they just did it over his shirt.
They've been in here.
And I think deeper on another level, I think it was the fact that he could go with his friends, that it was completely like out of the whole previous experience of how do you go to a medical appointment or a healthy consultation. He would see people down the hall. They say, I know him. I know him from soccer. I know him from bowling. And he'd point people out. And then, so I think the environment was huge. And the fact that it was Special O. I mean, he didn't know what Healthy Athletes was when we got off the bus and walked into the building. He didn't know what it was when we registered, but he knew it was Special Olympics, and he knew it was going to be fun.
Corey, what did you think of Healthy Athletes?
They're talking. There's a lot of people in my...
There were lots of people talking. Were they happy, friendly people?
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were.
Were they fun? Did you have fun that day?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Did you get to see people you knew?
I know. I know everybody there.
You know everybody there. He's never going to love going to the doctors. It's the waiting room and the whole idea of having to go and that there might be a problem. It's just a problem.
Don't you think
but we
that?
have gone twice more, and I think I've seen a difference. I think it's sort of like, if he gets anxious, I say, well, don't you remember, we had your blood pressure taken before by the nice young man at Special O, or I say something like, well, but you have to be healthy to be in your sport. If I could sum it up, he walked in sort of unsure, a little anxious, needing a lot of reassurances at every station. And then as things came along, he needed less and less and less. And he left happy and proud and independent. And then he's got stories to tell, and they're good stories.